Hello, this is Vicky from the Spellbound Bead Company, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a cute little bat motif for Halloween. So to make the bat motif, you're going to need some size 10 black seed beads, a 6mm black facet, a 4mm black facet, 0.315mm soft black wire. I've got approximately 60 centimetres here to work with. The first thing to do is just run the wire through your fingers and make sure there are no kinks in the wire. And once you've done that, we're going to start by threading on one of the 6mm beads and 6 of the size 10s. Now I've just weeded out one there that's slightly skinnier just because it won't cover the edge of the facet so well. So I'm going to bring that down, so I'm about 10 centimetres or so from the end of the wire, and go back through the 6mm facet to bring the beads into a strap that sits around the side of the 6mm. I'm going to pick up another 6 size 10s and do the same thing again. Go up through, and there we've got the base for our wings. So we've got a strap of 6 size 10 seed beads sitting either side of the 6mm facet. To make the wing, we're going to come up through the first 3 beads on one of the straps. So through 3 there. Okay, now as you pull the wire through, just be careful you don't get any kinks or twists in the wire that could cause a weak spot. So, first point of the wing, we're going to pick up 5, 3, 4 of the size 10s. Bring those down to the rest of your work, and then we're going to skip the last bead added and go back through the next bead again. So through the 4th bead that we put on, and that will bring the beads into a point, like so. Okay, for the next point, we're going to pick up 6, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Bring them down to the rest of the work. Skip the last bead you added and go up through the next bead and back through the next bead along just the one. And pull that through. There we go. Okay, so make the 3rd point. I'm going to start by picking up 4. And go back through the 3rd bead. Like so. And then to connect this wing back to the body, we're going to pick up 4 beads. 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go through the last 2 beads on that original strap. Like so. Oops. Through 2 beads. There we go. And just pull that through. Now, where you've got a loop forming there, just take the time to unwind it and just smooth it back through your fingers so you don't get a sharp point. So pull that through, and then take again the long end of the wire back down through the body. And that will pull your wing into shape. So because you're working with wire now, you can just take a minute to just give it a tweak and make sure it's sitting in a nice wing shape that you're happy with. What we're going to do now is we're going to make the second wing to match the first. I find this easier to actually turn the work over so you're making a mirror image rather than trying to work on my wrong side, on my left hand side, because I'm a right hander. So again, I'm going to take the end of the wire, still working with the long end of the wire, up through 3, like so. And then we're going to pick up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Let's try that again without dropping the wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slide those down. Leave aside 1. And back through. There we go, just try and get it nice and neat. And then the next one we're going to pick up 6, 4, 5, 6, and bring those down. Back through the 5th bead. There we go. And then I'm going to pick up 4. And make the 3rd point. There we go, just pull that a little bit tighter. And then we're going to pick up 4 to join him to his body. And again, we're going to come through the last 2 on the strap. There. And again, I'm going to take this long end back through the 6mm bead. Okay, so there you can see we've got a pair of wings, but he still needs some feet. So here we go again. I'm going to pick up 3 of your size 10s there, slide them down to the work. Now leave aside the last bead that you've put on and go back up through the other 2. Okay, so same technique as doing the points on the wings. You're just going through 2 beads instead of 1. So there's 1 and a 2nd foot, so we're going to pick up another 3, bring them up, leave aside 1 and go back through 2. And this wire is starting to get a tiny bit stiffer now because it's starting to work harden, so just take your time. So that's his 2 legs, and we're going to come back up through that 6mm again, and that will anchor his legs in place and also bring you out in the right place to attach his head. Just take your time because there's a kink in the wire there, so just ease it through into place. There we go. Okay, so to put his head on, we're going to use one of our 4mm facets, and we're going to use both ends of the wire here. So we're going to thread one wire through one way, and we're going to thread the other wire through in the opposite direction, and then we're going to pull on both ends of the wire so that he's sitting with his head nice and straight on the top of his shoulders, with the hole running parallel to the hole in the, sorry, not parallel, at right angles to the hole in the other bead. Okay, now we're going to wrap that end of the wire around his neck to hold it nice and secure, just the once, and then we're going to trim this off. Now because this is a fine soft wire, I'm just using a pair of scissors, but you can use, we would recommend you use wire cutters. So just trim that off, and then just with your thumbnail, just give that cut end a poke just to make sure it's not sticking out and going to catch on anything. Okay, so to make his ears, which are the final step, we're going to pick up 2 more size 10s and bring them up to the side of his head. Skip the last bead you put on and go back through the next one and through the hole in the 4mm bead in his head. Okay, and then we're going to make the second ear in the same way. So pick up 2, go over, but this time what we're going to do is we're going to go through that bead now, so that this can connect to another pin or a jump ring or something. What we're going to do is we're actually going to make a little strap that sits over the top of his head. So just run the wire across the top of his head and then back in. There we go. And what that will do is give you a little strap of wire sitting over the top of his head that you can use to connect. So if we just wrap the wire around the neck and then trim and just poking any sharp edges, and there we have our completed bat motif.